purposes only. Let me move forward. Okay. If you are on this channel and you have not checked out those high vibrational channels that I have in every description box, in every video on this channel, what are you doing on this channel? This channel is only for people that want to elevate. Okay, thank you. All right. So, let's start with Sydney. Okay. I did watch Euphoria. I do think Sydney is a baddie. She's super cute to me. But every time I look at this girl, I see a really dark shadow around her. Like really, really dark. And I think I did a reading on Euphoria and on the set of Euphoria and on that director that worked on Euphoria, that he was a very dark person and was into very dark occult things. And I do feel like the cast of Euphoria should be careful. We did lose the young man that played Gus, but I'm telling you guys, the moment I even saw Gus, something in my spirit told me something's gonna happen to this young man. This young man is not gonna be around too much longer. And a lot of us don't realize sometimes we can work at places or work for people who are into certain occult practices, spiritual beliefs, maybe under certain mental health problems. I feel like a lot of men and women, there is a certain witch in Sydney's energy. Someone is very jealous of this girl. This could have been someone who she beat out for something. But there is someone doing some intense, even like, which some people don't think is witchcraft, things like jerking off and masturbating to people. There's a lot of that in her energy, which is also, if you're not protecting yourself through prayer, meditation, or some kind of something you can protect yourself with when you are especially in the public eye, it can do a lot to your mental health. It can do a lot to you physically, cause sickness. It's almost like, you know, this isn't someone that doesn't want to be famous with the world card. Like, she does want to be famous. But the heaviness that comes with fame is, it's like, it's so, okay, what sign is she? Because it's like things affect her and she feels them, but the way she blocks things off is actually pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie here. She feels a lot of things, but she has that the show must go on kind of energy, which is how you make it far in any industry. It doesn't matter if you are an actress, singer, you work in the bank, you want to go play sports, whatever it is. Having that kind of attitude will always get you somewhere really, really far. And I feel like she's adapted that attitude because she's always wanted to live a certain kind of lifestyle. And there's someone around her who gets a certain pay of her money, and it's a lot. You know how you can have, oh, I'm your manager, 5%. Oh, I'm your PR, give me 7%. Oh, I'm your shoe shiner, give me 4%. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a little bit more than a certain percentage. Wow, someone's taking a lot of money from this girl. Sorry I got quiet. The Hierophant card came out. And okay, I'm getting two things with this card. That's why I got kind of quiet. Like I said, there are people in a certain woman, like I said, who's really, this woman could be close to Sydney, whoever this woman is, because there's someone really close to her that is literally going to people to try to manipulate her energy or bring down her career. But also I'm getting that Sydney herself knows about certain protections and makes sure she does what she needs to do, even if it's a ritual. That's why there's a certain blockage in Sydney's energy. There's something about a male here that she does it with. I'm getting really, really deep. Because, you know, Spirit wants me to say Hollywood is way deeper and way more spiritual than we understand. Maybe some of us do understand it. Maybe some of us don't. But the more you grow, clarity and wisdom, and you become more prayerful, and you become more discerning, you start to realize might look like they're living the life, but in reality, a lot of them have done compromising things. I'm talking morally, losing your integrity to be there. And behind the scenes, this is what I mean by, it's like Sydney does things that she knows she has to do, but she blocks it off because it's for the sake of what she wants. The Lovers, Star card, Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords. Also, I wouldn't be shocked if some kind of information comes out about her in the next couple months to a year. Because with the Hierophant, I am getting moving up the ladder in the industry and doing things to move up the ladder. Yep, Ace of Pentacles. She's coming out as very materialistic, but once again, it's a blockage. It's a blockage to help her get through the industry. Because she doesn't want to quit. So she'd rather just, what's the word? Blend in, adapt, be a chameleon. Even if it means a little humiliation. And humiliation rituals are very, very real. Everybody goes through humiliation ritual at some point in their life, maybe even a couple. We'll see more about this girl coming out. Next. Wendy, no, Wendy. Okay, I said I was gonna do a Real Housewives of Potomac reading. When was that? A few months ago, but now they've changed the cast and I'm not really interested. But Wendy, Osefo, girl. It's so crazy how people that have already a certain level of life and even like education, right? Because she always talks about how much schooling she's done and how many papers she wrote and how much reading she had to do. So if you have to do so much reading and writing, and with reading and writing comes comprehension, Wendy, why couldn't you comprehend in real life that you cannot do fraud? I am so disappointed in Wendy, because she's literally the definition of could have had it all. Intelligent, beautiful, got multiple careers going. Your husband has multiple careers going. Your kids are intelligent and adorable. Girl, what? And this is just a prime example of just what the spirit of greed can do to a person. Okay, keeping up with the Joneses, or thinking that, you know, she deserved some sort of rite of passage over other people. Even if it means she has to lie, even if it means this is so shocking to me, because I just thought she was smarter than this. Not even better than this, right? I just thought she was smarter than doing that. Wow, her kids is like the first thing that's coming out. That's sad. You know, when a child is growing up and they see their parent doing wrong, you know, sadly, kids are sponges, and more than likely they're going to do what their parent has done. Wendy has a little girl. The other two older are boys, but the little girl, I feel like Wendy's still trying to lie to her. And make it seem like, oh no, you know, mommy and daddy are fine. No, Wendy and Eddie are in trouble. Happy Eddie. At least Eddie's happy, or just high. I don't know. Yeah, Five of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Their kids are coming out again. They have 3 kids. Five of Wands. This is not good. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Why would you build a home and destroy it, is what I'm getting in this reading. Fraud is serious. Okay. Can definitely lose your job, whatever you are a professional at. I don't know if Eddie's a lawyer, you guys. So I don't know if his firm kicked him out. That's crazy. You go to school for all these years to do all this extreme reading and writing and stressing and taking tests every damn week just to go and do Wendy's ancestors are really disappointed in her, and Eddie's too. They're Nigerian. They honor their ancestors. Their ancestors are so pissed off with them. Like I said, the prime example of could have had it all. I'm gonna pull like 1 or 2 more and to get out of this. Yeah, the Hierophant, you know, their marriage is in jeopardy. 5 of Swords, yeah, a lot of 5 of Wands and the 5, yeah. A lot of fights, man. A lot of arguments, or even like silent fights, you know, when you're with somebody and you're like fighting them in your head. Okay, there's a lot of silent fights and verbal fights going on. All right, just sad. Tower, yep, I felt the Tower energy. Tower on the back of the deck. This is like, what got into you kind of energy, you know? And I feel like this was both of their idea. But I don't know why I feel like either Eddie is going to try to blame Wendy, or Wendy is going to try to blame Eddie. Because there's so much tension. Ooh, nine of Swords on the back of the deck. I didn't see that. So much tension, so much. Like I said, how do you build a home to destroy it? for a little bit of extra money. Or they said it was things about designer bags and watches and shoes and like how materialism. I think one reoccurring, because every time I do a celebrity, there's always a reoccurring theme or something like that. And I feel like the reoccurring theme is greed and materialism and where it can take you if you're not careful. So next, let me see if I want to use my other deck. What are we talking about? No, I'll just use the same deck. I'll just give it a second to cleanse. Kandi and Todd have announced their divorce. Oh my gosh, no. I actually wanted them to make it, or at least give it more effort. Wow. With these two, my eye was just twitching. With Kandi and Todd, there has been a lot of negative energy pushed into their relationship, but especially with Kandi's mother. And I've always thought Kandi's mom was such a witch. Like, this woman is so lonely and so sad and so broken. You know, Kandi's mom does not have a man. We never see her dating anybody nice. We never see her in a nice, healthy relationship with anybody. So do you think Kandi's mom, plus all of Kandi's money that she made herself, okay, do you think Kandi's mom would want to see all of that go? Even if you have watched Real Housewives of Atlanta and you watch the episodes about Kandi's mom and how crazy she gets and how she'll lie and she'll like act out on a lie, it's scary. If you've ever known, to me that is A+ narcissistic behavior. Someone who literally acts out on a lie they created and they go crazy and they scream and they yell and they want to fight and they jump up. And I've met a couple people that literally will act out on a lie that they're created, and it's, like I said, scary, psychotic. I just took a hit of the donkey. Excuse me. Empress and the Emperor card popped out. Okay, yes, they're getting a divorce, but a part of me does feel like maybe these two can work it out. And I kind of do hope so, because I love, and you know, if you build a family, I think you should do everything to keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should really honor that and cherish that. That's just my opinion. I know some people, you know, like, oh, divorce, yeah. Like, I've met people like that, and I'm like, I don't get it. But there is, like, especially with the Empress card, a chance of these two maybe making up. But the Three of Cups, they did say that Kandi and Todd have threesomes, and I'm not gonna lie, when I did look at that picture that I put in the thumbnail of Kandi and Todd, I did see a couple of women around them. I have been around couples that do threesomes, and I literally see spirits of women just sitting next to them. It is so creepy. It's happened to me only like a couple times, maybe 2-3 times. It's happened to me. But that's it. it's so creepy. And I do feel like one of these jump offs, because that's what, sorry, that's just the word that I'm getting, jump off. One of these jump offs, on top of other people being around Kandi and Todd's relationship, these women that they would bring into the bedroom now and then, yeah, I even felt like they've brought in around people that are manipulative or people that have tried to like get money from them. There's a lot here about like third parties and threesomes and like secrets, because we know, I mean, with the Kandi dungeon thing, yeah, she's freaky. So let's not sit here and, you know, pretend that everything is flowers and roses, because, you know, this couple let a lot of people in their bedroom, and when you do that, especially in the marriage, it can be really, really, really tricky, and it can also lead to the demise of a marriage. And there has been episodes of Kandi talking about, well, why do you get home from the strip club at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not good. I'm also getting Todd does have some more growing up to do. He does. Especially when it comes to women. Wow, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Not just people, but money. Wow, 4 of Pentacles. Kandi's a little bit stingy with money, or I feel like Kandi's mom has told her to be super stingy with her money. And Todd always feels like it's about money with you. So I almost feel like, like I said, entertainment purposes only, but I kind of feel like, okay, if you're going to control the money this way, then do I get to go out and have fun? Yes, I do feel like these two have had some kind of compromise about going out, having fun, and financial control being the ultimatum. This relationship was built on a lot of ultimatums, though. Not gonna lie. Especially from Kandi's end. I'm gonna pull like 2 more. I feel like drained in reading these two. Kandi and Todd have a very draining relationship. It's almost, I don't know why I'm hearing the sex isn't fun anymore. That's sad. Wow. I mean, it ended up in the reverse, but I'm gonna flip back upright. I do feel like Todd does not want to lose Kandi. He doesn't. Like I said, there's a strong energy in this reading that they might work it out for real, or they might not permanently break up. It's just these two still have a little bit of healing to do. And maybe they should have waited a little longer to get married as well. That's coming out in the reading. Well, this was a interesting celeb reads. Check out the description box below. Have vibrational channels, personal reading information down there. If you have donated to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. You guys stay safe, and I'll talk to you later.